Hi, I'm Jennifer Pace, and I'm doing my presentation on Andy Warhol and the fan art and the textual coaching that's involved with his style. Okay. If you're not familiar with Andy Warhol, here's some little background information about him. He majored in pictorial design from Carnegie Institute of Technology, which is now known as Carnegie Mellon University. Some of the famous magazines that he's worked for as an illustrator include Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and The New Yorker. And he's associated with starting the pop art movement, so he's kind of referred to as a prince of pop. Two of his most famous pieces of art are shown on screen. His prints of Maryland and his prints of the Campbell's tomato soup can. Well, he did all the Campbell's soup cans, not just tomato. And most of his work depict mass-produced products, and he used a lot of the printmaking technique, silkscreen. Not only was he involved in prints, he was also involved in creating films, and he created over 300 experimental underground films, which were described as bizarre and a lot of times pornographic. If you don't recognize his work, you should easily recognize his style. It is the most popular style form of art that is emulated. Self-portraits to portraits of people's pets are often put into this style. It became very mainstream, and it's even an effect on one of the applications on Apple Photo Booth, where you can take pictures of yourself and make it into this style. The imitation of Warhol style showcases Adorno's and Horkheimer's concern of having the same stamp on everything. Everywhere you see people poaching his style and using it for their own benefit. A lot of times I view this poaching as uncreative and or a lack of creativity. To continue on, new media and technology has increased the ability for textual coaching and fan culture. YouTube has a huge site where people are able to showcase their bidding and other applications of people coaching. When I was looking into Andy Warhol and people coaching his style, I came across this video called Alpha Kitty and Andy Warhol. Basically, these videos are produced by the studio. Well, it's a new studio called Big Mama Productions, which is started by Atuza Rubenstein, and she may look familiar. She is known to be the youngest editor-in-chief for a magazine when she was 26. She was the founder of Cosmo Girl, and she was the editor-in-chief there, and also Teen Magazine, or 17 Magazine, sorry. In these videos, she plays the character Alpha Kitty, which is, Alpha Kitties are supposedly people who are brave, creative, fierce, passionate, and weird. And she says that weird is now the new normal. The audience for these videos are through ages 13 to 30-year-old women who are concerned with style and fashion. And her character is based around being like a big sister type person with the geek gone glam personality. So here I'm going to show a few seconds of the clip of. No, it's not clicking on it. Hold on just a second. And this is the first episode of a series of 8.
A lot of times when I'm reading something really interesting, I think of you. And so I recently read this Andy Warhol book, and I thought about you a bunch of different times. So I figured, instead of just wishing I could share it with you, let me just share it with you. So here I am with Andy Warhol. Andy says, drag queens are living testimony to the way women used to want to be. Drags are ambulatory archives of ideal movie star womanhood. You might think I'm crazy, and you'd be right, but I really believe that the next big style icon is going to be the drag queen. Think about it. All of the girls who for the past few years
how drag queens are going to be like the next icon. She borrows a text from the book of Philosophy of Andy Warhol, From A to B and Back Again, and she uses the quotes as you saw about the one about the drag queens to apply to current social scenarios. To accentuate her coaching Andy Warhol's text, she uses the same Andy Warhol style. Like she like breaks the screen up into 4 sections along with the contrasting colors, and even doing that like add the green eyeshadow on her eyes. It is interesting how, and going back to some of the things that we read in class earlier, is like when Benjamin said